My religion or spiritual? Yeah, I'm spiritual. You know what I mean? I'm spiritual. What about you? Yeah, we just got straight roll. That was a straight up roll right there. There was nothing we could have done about that. Just nothing. Nothing. More spiritual for sure. Grew up in a really bad church. Still hold on to values. Yeah. So religion. Everybody that's calls themselves spiritual has some religious understanding, right? Um, because that's where you learn the concept from. And to your point, whether your church or whatever your temple or wherever you went to worship, whether you had a good experience or bad experience, that can definitely alter your connection to that religion or whatever. But I'm spiritual. Of course, my foundation is in Christ, but I'm spiritual because I don't have a connection to the church. I don't have a connection to religion. I have a connection to the Most High. That's what makes me spiritual. And even the scriptures say, he said there's going to come a time where people worship me in spirit and in truth, right? So you can be in the church and not have a relationship with them. You know what I mean? So, and I'm spiritual because I understand the spirit world as well. So, that's what you heavy. Glad you joined the stream. Hey man, I'm glad you found it, man. Um, that's what we're here for, champ. I just started streaming, and like I say, my channel's about winning from within. It's about encouraging, inspiring, and motivating. Not the game, right? The game just brings us together. So I'm glad you found a place, champ. Just know I'm here. We're here at the Win From Within family. Still growing, one day at a time, champ. You know what I mean? I just started streaming 94 days ago. I stream every day around 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. But just know at the end of the day, champ, we're just about, becoming the best and highest version of ourselves, right? Because the person you are today, if you're, is not going to be the person you are 5 years from now. You feel what I'm saying? The person you are 5 years from now is not going to be the person you are today. And that can go one or two ways. You can stay stuck in the person you are now and never grow. And that's most people. Most people never grow. They stay stuck and they're the same. But what I speak here, what I preach here is to ascend and to hit your highest level. And that's a marathon. That takes time. A lot of people will play this game and be like, hey, I just hit this rank. That shows that you grew. That shows progression. So I speak the same thing, but I speak that about life, right? Progressing your life, not just in a game. Progressing your finances, progress in your relationships, progress in your fitness, progress in your relationship with the Most High, progress in the man or the woman that you want to be. And the only way that's going to happen is if you do the inner work. The only way that's going to happen is if you start praying and meditating on a consistent basis. The only way it's going to happen is if you go to the gym on a consistent basis. Wherever you're trying to grow in, making money, whatever, you have to do that on a consistent basis because success comes over time, not overnight. So that's what I'm about here, champ. You know what I mean? Winning from within and putting in that work. So I'm glad that, you found a place where you feel that vibe, and that's why I stream. I'm not for everybody, and I don't want to be, right? I'm a real dude. I'm gonna give it to you raw. I'm gonna give it to you straight, right? Because that's what life is going to do. It's going to give it to you raw. It's going to give it to you straight. It don't care if you was ready. It don't care if you got the money. They don't care if what happened. You better have it when they want it. And so I'm going to give it to you real. I'm going to give it to you live. And we're going to win from within. You know what I mean? For sure. Definitely not the same person last year. I went to therapy for a year to help myself become more spiritual. Amen. Yeah, that's what we're about. Glad you did that. I understand people got beliefs, but once they're pushing others, that's when they cross the line. Yeah, bearish. But see, I agree with you. But if that's you, you're in the wrong stream. You feel what I'm saying? Because my beliefs is being your best self. I'm not pushing nothing but the man that I am. You see what I'm saying? And I said this before. If you're just here to play the game, this ain't the place for you. You know what I mean? Because anybody can play the game, right? Anybody can play the game, but that's not what I'm about. Anybody can be a bot and just wake up and play a game and go and work the 9-to-5 matrix and do the same thing every day. That's not what I'm about. So that's what you got to decide for yourself. Hey, is this the channel for me? But that's what I'm about, because I believe in that. You know what I mean? No, that's not what I mean. I mean, people put, I get what you're saying, but I'm just telling you what I'm about, because and that's another thing, Barista. I don't focus on what other people are doing. I focus on what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? I don't worry about what the next man or what the next woman is doing. I worry about what I'm doing, right? How can I change my life? How can I better my life? How can I make my situation better? So if a man or a woman is outside and they're teaching or they're preaching, I'm mad at them because they're doing what they think is the right thing to do. But at the end of the day, I still got to do what I got to do. You see what I'm saying? And so I respect what people, whether I respect them or I don't. Hold on, I'm trying to get my camera lens. Whether I respect them or I don't, I know I got to do the work to change my life, because no one's going to change it but me. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I preach here. Only you can change your life. That's what I preach here. Yeah, that's exactly, Barista. And that's what we're about. So you're in the right place. You got a new job, pushing myself physically, doing well. Amen. I think some people can use religion to better themselves. Others don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with religion, because like I said before, all religion is man's way of trying to get closer to God. Right? That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. We need that. Because everything that we have in this life, we had to learn it. But once you start tapping into the spiritual world, because everything is spiritual, you start to understand that it has limitations. You feel what I'm saying? Religion, just like anything else, has limitations. And if you're going to the Most High, if you're going to a spiritual world, a man can't take you there. A man can tell you where it's at, but in order for you to experience that, that's something only you can experience by experiencing that. It's like if you had a dream, right? If you go to sleep right now, you had a dream and you had a vision, right? No one could have that same experience as you. Like, even if you woke up, you're like, yo, I just had this crazy dream. And we've been there. That was an experience that was real, but it wasn't here. Does that make sense? That was an experience that you had that happened in another dimension, but it was not here in this dimension. And that's how that stuff works. You feel what I'm saying? Because see, at the end of the day, it's your life. You know what I mean? And that's all there is to it. And that's the thing about me. What you believe is what you believe. I just speak on what I believe. And if people ain't respecting where you stand, you're probably not in the right place. You know what I mean? Because like I said before, nothing wrong with religion, but when people don't respect me being atheist, that's what hurts. And that's the thing. If you're atheist, and then you come across a channel like me where I speak about the Most High and I talk about the spirit world, you probably not gonna like that. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what I talk about. Because that's what I know is real. But I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, or I don't care. I'm just going to tell you what I believe. You know, not what I believe, what I know. That's what I know. And that's what I say. It's about finding where you fit in and where you belong in life. No, I do push it, barista. That's what I'm saying. I push that. I push pursuing the most high. I push pursuing your best self, your higher self, becoming a better person. That's what I push. That's what I push every single day. You know what I mean? Because I'm not for everybody, but I don't disrespect nobody. I just say, hey guys, this is what we're about. We're about winning from within, right? Changing our lives and becoming the best and highest version of ourselves. That's what I push, because everyone has their own opinion, and everybody, you know, like Xavier said, human at the end of the day. And all I can do is bring my contribution, right? Because that's why I started streaming. Like, people stream for different reasons, but the reason why I'm streaming right now is literally because of a spiritual reason. Because I sat down in this chair, and my spirit told me to start streaming, right? If I didn't listen to my spirit that literally told me to start streaming, I would not be streaming right now. And all the lives that I've affected, right, and changed and spoken life into was because I was being obedient to the spirit, to my spirit. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's all I'm trying to say. Like, I've gained 1,000 followers pretty much in 94 days because I've been obedient to my spirit, and I'm unapologetic about it. You know what I mean? I feel like even if someone isn't religious, yeah, exactly, Xavier, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not here to tell you if I'm for you or not. I'm just here to tell you what I'm for. I'm for myself and spreading this message. And if it's for you, it's for you, and if it ain't, it ain't. That's all I'm saying. But what I am saying is this: if you are growing, if you're meditating, if you're praying, if you are enlightening and you're evolving, you will grow. My channel is about growth. If you don't want to grow, then you're right. My channel ain't for you. And that's okay. There's places that you can go to where you can go to a place and stay the same. I'm not interested in being the same. I'm interested in being my highest self, and that's in every area of life. And that's what I push here. You feel what I'm saying? Overwatch, my favorite game. It's right now, it is. Definitely not just, yeah. If you want strictly gaming, then esports games are best for that. I like watching people personality. Spiritual don't equal religion. Yeah. Yup. Yeah, that's all. I feel like, yeah, I'm agnostic, but I'm not tied to a specific religion. Yeah, that's fine. And that's why I tell people, champs, I'm not here to tell you or anybody else what to do with your life. I tell y'all, hey, this is what I'm doing with mine. Because at the end of the day, that is your life, right? You got to wake up with you. And if you wake up in the mirror every day and you're okay with the life you're living, if you wake up every single day and you're okay with the life you're living, good job. But I'm not. But that's why it's called win from within. It's not called get all the money. It ain't called win from externals. It's called win from within. That's what it's called. You ain't got to have all that stuff. But how's your mental health doing? How's your spiritual health? How's your emotional health? How's your physical health? Those things matter, right? How do you see yourself as a person? That matters. Self-esteem. It don't matter what kind of life you got out here. It's the life you got up in here. You feel me? And if you don't do nothing to make it different, it ain't going to be different. Like I say all the time, if you don't make it change, ain't nothing going to change. The only way your life is going to change is if you put in the work to change it. And that's what I push here. Mac and cheese. Yeah, you're welcome, man. My merit. Yeah. So that's all. Because like I say before, champs, And I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna wrap this up. I've always been led by the Spirit. Can't deny that. That's the life I've been living since I was 8 years old. I can't make that up. I can't sit in front of 40 people across YouTube, TikTok, and the Purple app and not speak life and not speak what I know. I would be doing y'all a disservice. I'll be doing myself a disservice because I already know what's really happening. I know what's really going on. I know a lot of people don't know what's really going on. I know a lot of people only care about the video game. I know a lot of people only care about their bills. And I know a lot of people only care about themselves. So if I have the knowledge that I have and I have the spirit that I have, and I'll at least say, hey, this is what we doing over here, and let you know, then that's shameful on me, because I'm a man of integrity. And like I said, all the principles I got from the Most High. And he's the one that taught me how to live my life. You feel what I'm saying? Church didn't teach me that. He the one that taught me that. And so what I do now, that's what I do. Because that would be wrong of me to be walking towards the light, but everybody around me is walking in darkness. Understand what I'm saying? Because just because someone don't say that they're not dealing with depression, don't mean they're not dealing with depression. Just because someone doesn't say, hey, I'm not dealing with some bad thoughts, don't mean they're not dealing with some bad thoughts. Understand what I'm saying? Just because somebody don't say, hey man, I'm struggling and I'm having a hard time in my life right now, doesn't mean that they're not having a hard time in their life right now. And I'm understanding of that. And so that's why I speak to that. But that doesn't mean everybody's living like that or living in that. You feel me? I'm trying to get my camera cleared in. No, I'm not. I'm not agnostic, Xavier. I said the Most High all the time. That's his name, the Most High, right? He don't have a specific name. You can call him a specific name, but his specific name is the Most High, right? So no, I'm not agnostic. I know who I serve, and I know who I've met. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I've met more than just the Most High. I've met demons. I've seen many demons. I've seen angels. I've been to heaven twice. It's a real thing, whether you've experienced that or not. You feel me? Yeah. There is no religion. I've been explaining this the whole time, Xavier. I'm not religious. I have a relationship with the Most High, spiritual. I'm not religious, right? That's what I'm trying to communicate with you. There is no religion, right? That's the problem nowadays. People are too busy trying to label everything. People are too busy trying to label everything instead of understanding the separation. And that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, the foundation is Christianity. They would call that Christ, but I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that. Why? Because even within the church, I wouldn't be received like that. Because my views even within the church are controversial. My views within the church, they don't even like what I would have to say in the church. You feel me? Not religious. I believe everything happens for a reason and it helps us learn. Yeah. You know what I mean? And see that, and that's your viewpoint, Xavier. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, but me, I don't believe that. And that's okay. You feel what I'm saying? That's okay. We all have our different belief systems, and whatever's gonna help you is gonna help you. Right? I know why everything is happening the way it's happening. And it's not because, yeah, there was a reason, but it wasn't no good reason. You feel me? It wasn't a good reason. But we are here for a reason. And it's not because we gotta better ourselves, and it's not because of that. You know what I mean? We're on a prison planet. That's a fact. We're on a prison planet. And people's energy is getting harvested. Gotta go to bed. Appreciate you. Good night. Right? That's what's happening. We live in the matrix. And that's why I said those who see can see, and those who don't. Right? We live in a matrix. All this is controlled. All this is to harvest energy and collect. That's what it's for. You know what I mean? And just, but see, most people aren't aware of that. Most people are just bots walking through the matrix. And that's just kind of what it is. You know what I mean? But see, you can't wake somebody else up. They have to get awakened in their own journey at their own time. It's like the movie The Matrix. If you ever seen the movie The Matrix, that's what the movie The Matrix was about. That's what the whole movie was about. That you had a select few people that could see what was going on. You know? But yeah, champs. That's what we're about here, man. Winning from within. Those are some good talks, man. Those are some good talks, and you know that's what we're going to continue to do, man. We're going to continue to spread the gospel of life. We're going to continue to spread the positivity, winning from within, and encouraging and inspiring and uplifting, man, because that's what we're about here. But with that being said, champs, I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. I hope everyone has a good night. I'll be back on here, champs, tomorrow around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless you all. Keep winning from within. Keep doing the inner work to change your lives. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Shalom.